ready to go. I ain't even sweating these fools, it's the only thing that they know. You know entrepreneurs, you only do what you're told. This how I know you ain't talking to me when you say no.
What's up guys, I'm Skullz, and today we're going to be checking out Chocolate Chip Trip, Tempest, and Mockingbeat by Tool. This is the finale of all of Tool's major album releases, but I do plan to keep doing more Tool reactions, whether it's live stuff or other hidden gems. Just keep hammering home the ones that I need to check out that are more obscure or whatever. It'll help me remember. But I'm really excited to check this out. Tempest, I looked up the definition because I wasn't 100% sure what it meant. It's a violent, windy storm, which makes me think I'm in for a hell of a closer. I've also heard people say that Adam gets his time to shine on that as well. I'm really excited about that too, because whenever Adam has stepped up to the plate, he's knocked it out of the park for me. The dude has got to be one of my favorite guitar writers I've ever heard, probably at this point. You know, there's a difference between being able to play the guitar like insanely intricate, going all over the neck, doing really show-boasty stuff, and then there's the other talent of being able to just write parts that really make sense. And I think Adam actually is much more capable than he lets on, but he wants to approach the song in the meaningful way, the way that makes sense, the narrative-driven sense. And I think that's why I resonate with him so much, because I'm a very narrative-driven person. But I'm not gonna waste any more time. We have about 20 minutes of Tool to get to, and I'm really curious to see how this album is going to end. But anyways, if you're new here, consider hitting the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell. It helps the channel grow, helps the video reach more people, and I appreciate it a lot. First up, Chocolate Chip Trip. Whoa. So let me say right off the bat, I don't know what you call those, but those singing bowls, I think that's what they're called, singing bowls. I think that's what was at the beginning of there. Very meditative, again, like a very centered album. And then also the electricity coming into it. It's funny, me and my friend, we actually talk about this probably more than a lot of people. But we talk about frequencies and vibrations that we push off into the world. I think a lot of people might call that like vibes. We give off vibes. And I know there's certain frequencies that kind of calm you down or soothe you or center you. I don't know too much about that, honestly, but I feel it. When I hear it, I feel it. I get it. There's definitely something to that. And like I said, I can just feel that. Like whenever they do that on this album or any other album, I get it. And I mean, I think that's what makes them so great at what they do. I mean, sound is vibrations and frequencies, and the fact that they're able to tap into that and get that emotional reaction out of you, I think there is a high understanding of that. it feels like a storm's rolling in, you know what I mean? Like, this song doesn't even really feel like a Tool song at all. It's definitely more experimental for them. Like I said in my Fear Inoculum reaction, there's a nice mixture of old and new sounds, and this is mostly new sounds here, with the exception of Danny doing wild shit. That's very much in line with Tool. I mean, Culling Voices was pretty slow, so this is a good way of kind of picking the pace back up, I think. And man, I am hoping for a banger of an ending, man. I am really hoping for something spectacular. That was definitely peculiar, but we'll keep going. Bro, this is exactly what I wanted. Oh my God. And more. And more. This is amazing. Yes, dude. Yes. You know, this whole album felt like it was brewing up towards something. This was someone overcoming their fear, and then it just explodes here at the end. And my God, what a way to cap the end of the album. I mean, holy shit, dude. When that riff came in, I knew it was over. I knew it was over. It was, so good. All right, let me dive into the lyrics a little bit. Which, by the way, it's almost like Maynard's rapping the lyrics. But the intro lyrics, keep it calm. Fuck, here we go again. So, I mean, right off the bat there, it's like he was trying to contain himself and keep calm, keep his peace. But hey, man, there's no peace when you have something to say or you have something to fight for to stay quiet. That's the type of shit that keeps you up at night. Sometimes you feel like you have to act, and in those cases, you should. And you can't let fear just shut you down. Say what you have to say, do what you have to do. But verse 1, heat, lightning flash, but don't blink, misleading, tranquility ruse, you're gonna happen again. That's what I think. Follow the evidence. Look it dead in the eyes, you are darkness, trying to lull us in, before the havoc begins, into a dubious state of serenity. Acting all surprised when you're caught in the lie. We know better. It's not unlike you. It's not unlike you. We know your nature. You know, I'm getting this whole vibe of like fear muddies the water. And let's say, to follow through with an analogy, you're under the water, you're drowning, you don't know which way is up. If you were more clear without fear, you would be able to look around, see which way's up, and swim towards there. That's why fear is such a horrible thing to give into, even when you have every reason to give into it, and it's completely justified. You're so vulnerable in a state of fear, and I actually feel like anger is a more appropriate response to it, and fear makes you retreat, not act. And in a crisis, you need to act. That's how you make things better. If you just cower away, nothing gets better, nothing gets resolved. And when he says tranquility ruse, it makes it sound sort of like a conspiracy, which I sort of get what you guys mean by the whole jab thing. With everything that happened over the last couple of years, I think we succumbed to fear and we weren't listening to a lot of, evidence. Follow the evidence. That's a lyric in it. So yes, I do see what some of the commenters meant, but I do think there is a very abstract nature about what they're talking about as well. I think he's talking directly to fear. And I like how he says, we know better. It's not unlike you. We know your nature. Fear corrupts rational thinking. Follow facts. Follow evidence. It's important, especially in those states of fear. Then verse 2, blame it all on the bastards when you're blowing out. Shame on you now. No amount of wind could begin to cover up your petulant stench and demeanor. Calm as cookies and cream, so it seems. We're not buying your dubious state of serenity. Acting all surprised when you're caught in the lie. We know better. It's not unlike you. We know your nature. So blame it all on the bastards when you're blowing out. It almost sounds like he's talking about a scapegoat of some sort. And I love how he's using the wind, saying that, it couldn't blow away your stench. That's so great. And especially since the song does sound like a whirlwind. But other than that, the second verse doesn't have much to dissect. It's pretty straightforward, but it's awesome. It's effective. It's visceral. It doesn't need to be complicated and complex. It's selling the point. hold on, before it goes on anymore, because I'm listening to like 5-minute increments almost. Can we just talk about Adam's guitar work? You guys, we're not kidding. This is Adam's song. This is his masterpiece. This song, Third Eye, Parabola, Lateralis, those are his like magnum opuses to me. Oh, and Descending, of course. Descending was that was otherworldly. And I'll gush about Adam all day, but I mean Danny's his fills and what he was doing, he was changing up the rhythm so much. And I mean, so was Adam, but man, it was just like they were doing like solos in between each other. It was really, really interesting, and it's unpredictable and it's all over the place. It's like wind. It's just gusts coming in from all different directions, blowing in different directions. It's so cool how they took this idea and they're weaving it not only in the sound of the song, but also in the narrative as well. In Justin, I really love that bass part he was playing over and over again. It was really, really cool. Great bass tone from him, man. Like, his bass is just so heavy and it has a higher end to it. I don't know what he does to get that higher end, but it doesn't sound so muddy and low. It has a voice of its own. And I know I overlook him a lot. And sometimes he plays so high in the neck, I get him confused with Adam. But man, I just shout outs to him, man, because he adds so much to the band. And even like repeat listening to their discography, I've grown such a bigger appreciation for him and what he's done for their sound and for their songs. It's insane. But let me read the third verse. It's very short. Disputing intentions invites devastation. A tempest must be true to its nature. Ooh, those are really great lyrics. I think he's saying sort of what I was saying at the beginning, was that when you're suppressing yourself and you're not being true to your nature, a monster grows inside of you. And I think this is his monster finally coming out. That storm that was brewing within him from letting fear get the best of him and him retreating into himself and him not saying and doing what he knows he should be, I think that created a conflict within himself. And that storm within him just kept building and building, and now it's finally out. And man, I love to see it. This album is so much about empowerment. And I think as a culture and as a society, it's something we all need to practice more of. And I think we need to instill confidence, more confidence into each other and encourage people to do more. And I think we all need to do that and create a vibe and a vibration and a frequency that people feel safe to do that in. You can stand up against fear and you can inspire others to do that. Anyways, TED Talk over. That felt like Lateralis Part 2. Lateralis was don't overthink and overanalyze and let fear get in your way of experience. Embrace the spiral. And this song was literally a whirlwind. It was a spiral within itself. And I think we all have this storm within ourselves. We wrestle with ourselves. And this song was saying, be what you are, warts and all. Probably one of my favorites of their entire discography right off the bat. But that's just the first impression. Some songs grow on me, some grow away from me, and then, a month later, I like it even more. Like, it's all over the place. But I really genuinely felt like everyone in the band was at a 10 here. Verse 4. Control your delusion, insane and striking at random, victim of your certainty, and therefore your doubt's not an option. Blameless, the tempest will be just that. So try as you may, feeble, your attempt to atone, your words to erase all the damage cannot. I love how he says victim of your certainty. That's how it feels nowadays, man. It feels like people who are saying facts are being shut down by people who are saying their feelings or their opinions, and it's, like, I'm not referencing Ben Shapiro, like, don't make this political, but that's genuinely how it feels. I don't think there's your truth. I don't think there's my truth. I think we have different experiences that leads us to different conclusions, but I think there is the truth, and it's separate from what my experience have concluded me to and what your experience have concluded you to. There is a truth that is strictly objective, not subjective. But when he says victim of your certainty, he could be talking about himself being like, I'm being victimized because I'm certain of things. And you're shutting me down with delusions through fear, almost like gaslighting. But then he repeats over and over again, a tempest must be just that. Definitely one of their best and a hell of a way to close the album. Even though this isn't the closer, there's one more. We got Mockingbeat. We're going to check that one out right now. Off of first impression, I really can't say anything bad about this song. It was phenomenal, a masterpiece from beginning to end. I'm so happy with it. This ended on a really high note for me. I keep saying I'm going to stay away from the whole jab conversation, but that's the only way I can really make sense of this. It's almost like the whole album, like he was building himself back up, empowering himself. And then that end, it was almost like he stepped back outside into the world, like society opened back up. That's really the only way I can make sense of this. And with that in mind, I think that really adds to the experience. Otherwise, I wouldn't really think anything of this part. The interludes in this one were a little weird, but also they had some of my favorites. But yeah, most notably Chocolate Chip Trip and Mockingbeat. I mean, these two were definitely weird. I'm curious to see what I'll think on repeated listens. But yeah, man, that wraps up Fear Inoculum, man. That's all of their albums, man. We've been through the entire journey together. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Time flies, man. Time flies. I'm kind of bummed, but we're not going to stop here. We're going to keep going. We're definitely going to keep exploring Tool. I've also actually talked to my friend about going on the Tool journey with me as well, kind of revisiting it and seeing it through his eyes. So I'd kind of get to play your guys' role watching me. I'd get to watch him react to things for the first time, interpret it. I think that would be really interesting. If that's something you guys would be interested in, let me know. I don't know if we would do it in the same way that I'm doing it here, where I'm going every single song in chronological order, just because, you know, he's got his own life. So it's like a matter of when he'd be able to come over and record it and all that stuff. So it might be a little bit more sparse. Even if you'd want us to go out of order and just kind of explore the Tool realm, or maybe I could even get him to do just an album and see how that goes. But like I said, if that's something you guys would be interested in, let me know, definitely, and I will talk to him more, and maybe we can make that happen. And also, I do want to get to some of the other more obscure songs by them and all that, and I do want to go on the Pussifer journey, and I do want to go on the Perfect Circle journey, and I'm almost tempted to revisit the Perfect Circle albums that I already listened to, because I never dove into the lyrics like that. I thought they just sounded good. If you'd like me to do that too, let me know. I actually might do it anyways, just because I love their music so much, and I'd like to do these deep dives, because once I do them, it just adds so much, because I'm usually able to dig a lot out of it for me personally. And from there on out, the songs just mean a lot more. I have much more of an emotional attachment to them. So yes, the Tool journey is over on the albums, but that doesn't mean it's over. So hopefully we can keep getting some content out there. I know I'll still make content for it. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me. This has been an incredible experience. Life-changing almost, man. Like, their music means so much to me now. I listen to them all the time in the gym, when I'm walking, when I'm driving, when I need pick-me-ups, days where I feel heightened. Like, they just got it all covered for me. I hold them very close to my heart. But like I always say, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell. Helps the channel grow, helps the video reach more people, and I appreciate it a lot. And man, I love you guys, for real. You guys are awesome. Tool Army has been awesome to me. I feel like we have so much in common. I love the discussions. I love the information. I love the civilness that you guys keep in the comments. It all means the world to me, especially the internet being such a toxic place for the most part. It's just nice to have this group, this army that is just absolutely amazing. And I just know I appreciate you guys beyond words. But yes, I love you guys, and wherever you are, I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good night, and as always, I look forward to the next one. Peace.
Don't want to risk it for